Those that are out on the far west, and welcome to those that are joining us from Canada. My name is Rob August. I'm the president of Beverage Air. I would like to welcome you to our first day, and this is our second webinar. We are thrilled that you have made time to join us, and I am now going to introduce you to our Senior Vice President of Sales and Marketing, Jennifer Ward, who will be your presenter today.
Good afternoon, everybody. A couple things real quick. We are going to keep everybody muted. Go to the second slide. We're going to go to the control panel so that you guys can understand what and how to ask a question. You can mute yourself, which we already have done. You can hit on the blue screen to extend your view if you do not have it on full view. And right below that is where you can raise your hand, or on the bottom is where you can type a question. We will try to get to the questions. We will try to get to the questions as we go through the presentation, but if not, we will do a full question after the webinar. One other thing, we are going to email the presentation to you after this webinar is complete. We're also going to download the audio and visual to our website for downloading as well. Just to give you a little bit of information about us, for those of you that don't know where our products manufactured, all of our sandwich preps and deli pizza preps are manufactured in our Brookville, Pennsylvania facility. All of our units have 2-inch thick foam that is CFC and HCFC free, along with our refrigerant. Go to the next slide. Our corporate office is in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. We were just recognized as a LEED certified building. Something that we do that is a little bit different than most in our industry is we have all of our warranty claims for all Beverage Air products are done online, paperless. So any certified refrigeration contractor in the country, if something goes on with a Beverage Air unit, can go to your customer site, work on the equipment, go back to his office, and file his claim online, paperless. What this ensures is that they get paid promptly, so they want to do work for Beverage Air. The other thing that we offer on our website is online product registration for warranty. So your customers can go right on our website instead of mailing anything in to activate their warranty. Along with that, we do offer a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week service dispatch line that is published on our website and will be in this presentation as well. Okay, to go through sandwich preps, I think you'll find by the time we're done with this presentation that Beverage Air is unmatched by any competitor in the industry with the breadth of product offering that we offer and the overall performance and benefits and features for your end user. Our standard, we have our standard, our mega, our cutting top, our drawer units, our dual-sided prep tables, our condiment stations, and our see-through lid prep tables, along with our deli pizza preps. This on the screen right now is a POP kit that you can contact Ryan Blackman in marketing. This is a pop-up piece that can sit on top of a sandwich prep if you're going to put it on your showroom floor. This slide attaches to your cutting board and goes through what the benefits and features are for your customer as well. Okay, we're going to go through these pointers as we go through the rest of the slides. I have this in here, though, for when you download it and receive your copy. Go to the next one. Here we have 3 different size sandwich prep units. We have our standard, which has your 2 rows of pans and your 10-inch cutting board. We have our mega top that has your 3 rows of pans and has a 10-inch cutting board. And we have our cutting top series, which has your 17-inch cutting board. We define that here at Beverage Air as our poor man's pizza prep. Okay, got it, okay. We'll go into a few of those benefits and features of that shortly. On your standard and mega top, as I said, they come with a 10-inch cutting board. We can provide up to a 15-inch cutting board for you on those models. If you need to go larger than that, you need to go to our cutting top series, which actually has an extended top to support that 17-inch cutting board. This page defines, we have from our 27 up to our 72 pretty much any pan configuration your customer is looking to purchase. You'll notice though on the units that have a work surface on the right instead of a full cabinet of pans, you can ask for us to reverse that pan opening. A lot of customers use that for heat lamps or toasters or warmers, and that's why they do not go with the full breadth of pans. On our megatop, same thing, 3 rows deep. You can rotate your pan opening if you want us to. On our cutting top series, here's where this can bring value to your customers. If your customer does not necessarily need a raised rail unit, the cutting top surface will give them the pan capacity of your deli pizza prep, but it will be flat instead of raised, and it gives them that 17-inch cutting board so they can accommodate pizza dough. You're going to find that over your standard deli pizza preps in the industry that this cutting top unit can save your customer up to $1,000 lift over your standard deli pizza prep. So keep this in mind when you're in competitive situations. I did a separate slide on our new 36-inch sandwich prep. We introduced this model about 2 months ago. What really separates us on this unit specifically is we have the largest pan capacity in a 36-inch footprint than any other competitor on the market right now. Most of our competitors on your standard top hold 8 1/6 size pans. Ours holds 10. On your mega top, most competitors hold 12-inch. Our units hold 15. We also, our main competitors, most of them do not offer drawers on your mega top units. You can get drawers or doors on any sandwich prep in our catalog. One of the things that separates us from most of our competitors is the performance of our units. About 4 years ago, we did a complete redesign in all of our sandwich prep series, and that's when we introduced the Elite series. Some of the things that we did is we did a redesign of our airflow, totally revamped our condensing unit and compressor with more energy efficient components, and it overall gave us better performance of the unit. We are the only manufacturer that I am aware of that will tell you you can have your lid open on your prep tables 24 hours a day in a 90-degree kitchen, and our units will maintain temp. We had a customer in our Winston-Salem facility about a month ago who wanted to test our dual-sided prep tables with no hood assemblies on them, with a double overshelf and an ambient temperature around the top of our prep table of 104 degrees, and our pans maintain 38 degrees. So if you have customers that are having issues maintaining temperatures in higher ambient conditions, our series may be something you want to look at. This diagram just shows, obviously, your airflow comes through your coil, the fan pushes it up, the airflow goes underneath our pans, and all of our prep tables accommodate up to a 6-inch deep pan, and then it circulates throughout the cabinet. All of our prep tables have field reversible doors. So any unit, whether it's in the field now or it's being purchased, we can reverse the doors for you at the factory, or it can be done in the field because they're pre-tapped and drilled. All of our prep tables have locking divider bars. The value to your customer on this, if they remove a pan, they're never going to have to worry about the rest of the pans moving. We also do offer crossbars if your customer wants to come up with a special configuration of 1/3 and 1/9 and 1/6 size pans. And if you need help figuring out how to configure that, please let us know. All of our prep tables have a pan liner. So like I said, the top of our prep tables still all hold 1/6 size pans, but we have a pan liner underneath. The value of this pan liner is if the customer spills something, it's not going to go into the base of the cabinet. if they leave a pan out, you're not going to compromise your base refrigeration. Another benefit to you, our main competitor does not have a pan liner, and if you look down the back of the cabinet, you can actually see their evaporator that is exposed. As soon as the customer spills anything on that evaporator, it's going to form corrosion, and then they're going to have to replace it. All of our sandwich preps have snap-in door gaskets. Any maintenance guide, there's no service tech required to install them. A couple pointers I give everybody on gaskets. If a customer needs to replace a gasket, I advise everybody soak it in warm water so you can make it more pliable before you roll it in. I also tell everybody if you want to extend the life of your gaskets, because what tends to happen is they tend to crack from being dry, and then you start to lose your refrigeration in your cabinet. I tell everybody when they go to their food house next time to order a bottle of food-safe lubricant, and once a month, if they have an employee or a maintenance man apply a drop of that food-safe lubricant on the membrane of the gasket, they'll double or triple the life of their gasket. We've always provided 2 shelves per door on all of our sandwich preps, where our main competitors provide 1. Something that we changed about 2 months ago, we used to provide 2 full-size shelves. So when your customer wanted to fill the cabinet to capacity, both shelves had to be installed above the step out. We now have changed it so all units are provided with 1 large and 1 small shelf, so they can stock product on the lower shelf and it installs right in front of the step out. If you have customers that want to order these shelves individually, obviously we have the part numbers here and they are in the back of our price list. If, on a side note, most of you know what your equipment discount is. All of your accessories in the back of our price list are at your equipment discount as well. I know there are some manufacturers where your equipment's at 1 discount and all accessories are at a parts discount. Everything in our book, if it's in the book, you can use your equipment discount. We used to provide all of our sandwich preps with a cam lift hinge, as most of our competitors do. We actually went away from the cam lift hinge because they ultimately need to be adjusted, and as they sag, you can lose air temperature within your cabinet. We changed about 4 years ago to a heavy-duty cartridge-style hinge. The hinges that we use are designed to withhold the weight of a triple-pane glass door. So you're never going to have to worry about adjusting them. You're never going to have to worry about the door sagging, and they're still 100% field reversible. Our latest introduction in sandwich preps was our see-through lid prep table. We have this available in your 48, 60, and 72-inch megatop models. This is a piece if your customer wants to allow their customer to see making of their salads or sandwiches. It's a front-of-the-house piece. What's nice about it is the frame is aluminum. It's a 1-piece hydraulic hinge. You can lift it with 1 finger. You can lift it with 1 finger. It's very light. There are multiple set points, so if you have different height employees, you can adjust the height based on who's working. You can order it as it is pictured in here, or you can order it with an overshelf with side guards if the end user is going to actually have exposure to the sides. We introduced our 27 and our 48-inch condiment stations. What these are great for are your salsa bars, your topping bars, with the yogurt craze out there right now, condiment stations. What's nice about it is it's full customer access. You can get it single-sided or dual-sided. They meet NSF requirements. You have your 12-inch openings on both sides. And what's nice for the restaurants is they can load from the base of the cabinet because it's refrigerated. They can also order a lock with it if they want, and or a dial thermometer. Our dual-sided prep tables Beverage Air is the only manufacturer in the industry that offers from a 27-inch up to a 72-inch dual-sided prep table. We also are the only manufacturer that has a dual-sided hood assembly. You'll see the pictures on the left show the dual-sided hood assembly. On the same model, if you do not want the dual-sided hood assembly, you can add or order night covers. Your front cutting board is 10 inches. Your back cutting board is 12 inches. You can do over-shelf assemblies. We offer pass-through over-shelf assemblies, single and double. Your loading of product from the base of the cabinet is from one side, so your doors are only on one side. What's nice about this is if you have a customer that's run out of square footage, but they need to get more capacity out of the unit, they can order one of our dual-sided units. Something else to note, our units, our sandwich preps come on 6-inch caster standard. Any item in our catalog, including our sandwich and deli pizza prep, if it comes on a leg or caster standard, you can change out or order another leg, any other leg or caster in our catalog at no charge at time of order. So if you want 3-inch casters, you can do 3-inch casters instead of 6-inch. Like I said, over-shelf assemblies, if you need a custom over-shelf assembly, let us know. We can make it for you. We obviously also have standard. We have the composite cutting boards, and we have our puzzle piece cutting boards. The puzzle piece cutting boards are 3 sections. They are NSF approved. They fit in any 3-compartment sink or any dishwasher. We offer crumb catchers. More than not, if you're using a megatop unit, I suggest to customers that you use a side crumb catcher. What's nice about our crumb catchers is there's no drilling required. It attaches right underneath the thumb screw that your cutting board sits on, and it has a trough that you lift out to empty. Night covers, which are in the accessory section of our book, along with the 12-inch crossbar. A couple things that we recently just introduced is our bottle divider kit, which we offer 2 sizes, 2 for the standard size prep table and 2 for your megatop. We have 16-ounce and 20-ounce, or any combination thereof. What's nice about this is that typically customers always put bottles of mayonnaise, mustard, ketchup in your salad dressing, and they put them in 2 bottles in each 1/6 size pan on the right-hand side of your prep table. And if you tend to do 10 or 12 bottles, it takes up 12 inches of space. What this bottle divider kit gives to your customer is it fits all 10 or 12 bottles in a 6-inch increment. And it also attaches onto the liner, so you're not going to have to worry about it moving, and it keeps 3/4 of their bottles refrigerated, so they're not going to have to worry about the health inspectors walking in and stating they're not at temp. The latest thing we introduced are our shelf organizers for inside the cabinet. These are individual lanes, so they can be adjusted anywhere on the shelf. So they are sold per lane. Remember, any prep table in our catalog, you can do doors or drawers or any combination thereof. If you want just drawers on the left-hand side, you can just specify it. Same with on the right. Here is a picture of a dual-sided prep table with night covers and a custom overshelf that we make, just to give you a visual. Our standard single and double overshelf, I just did a little diagram that breaks out how you can utilize them in different applications if you have a customer that orders a unit with a full cabinet worth of pans, or if they order it with only half because they want to utilize the rest for working space. Okay, our pizza prep. We offer 4 models in our raised rail pizza prep. We offer a 46, a 67, a 93, and a 119. All of them come with a 19-inch cutting board standard. All of them have your snap-in door gaskets. They all hold 6-inch deep pans and come with 2 shelves per door. Same thing on this model. You can order this cabinet with doors or drawers. and it comes with pan supports as well. What's different about this cabinet versus our sandwich prep is obviously your raised rail. And on this series, because of the raised rail, we do actually have the airflow going over the top of the pans. Where in our standard sandwich prep, you notice that the airflow is just going underneath the pan. Let me go to the next page. These are the 4 models and the breakdown of the size pans. I'll go to the accessories. Here you will see some of the accessories that we have available for our deli pizza prep. Bun tray racks, we do offer those for both our standard sandwich prep and our deli pizza prep. You can also order your puzzle piece or your composite cutting boards on this series as well. We are going to open it up to some questions. If you have any questions and you don't want to answer them, raise your hand or go ahead and type the question in. Also, you'll see that our 800 number is on the screen in an email, or you can contact your regional sales manager or any of your reps or myself or Ryan here at the office. Hi, Tavis. Okay, Tavis, you can talk. Okay, maybe he doesn't have to make fun. Okay. Okay, hold on a second. Is there any air blowing on top of the product on the prep tables? No, on our standard Elite Series prep table, we did a redesign of our series because our units do not require airflow over the top of the units based on our redesign and the performance of our units. Our pans are recessed, but you can still fit your 6-inch deep pans, and all of your pans are refrigerated from underneath. What that allows is you don't have to worry about air over the product, drying the product out, and it's going to keep its color and freshness. What's the next question? Are the puzzle piece cutting boards also composite material? Yes, they are. And for those of you that don't know what composite is, it is a wood-based material that obviously lets you have cut marks in there so that you don't ruin your knife. That's the next one. What's the difference between a composite cutting board versus your standard cutting board? Why would you want composite versus poly? Composite tends to last longer. It's easier to clean. Your white tends to be of a thinner material, which is just a plastic material and isn't as easy on your knife. Most manufacturers, including ourselves, your poly is standard and people use them every day. Something else we do offer, you can order composite cutting boards and put them on top of our undercounters and worktops because people use those as cutting stations as well. So you'll find that a lot of your chefs that work in kitchens for long periods of times or higher end locations want composite. What is the lead time on custom orders? If you call into customer service, there's a couple things that I do want to reiterate to everybody. Beverage Air has more than not every unit you could ever possibly want in stock most of the time. If there is a time where we do not have something and you need it quickly, give us a call. If we can figure out a way to make it happen, or even if we have to upgrade you, we will make sure that we do our part to accommodate your request. If you need something custom and we give you a 2 to 3 week lead time and you need it sooner, tell your CSR. If we can make it happen, we will. We will always do our best to try to accommodate. When field reversing a door is an SPE unit, do you need a different hinge or do you use existing? On your sandwich preps and your deli pizza preps, the same hinges are used. The only model in our price list that you need to change the hinges on or order new hinges, hinge brackets for, are our glass door merchandisers. Everything else in our catalog that is field reversible, you do not need to order any hinges or any hinge brackets at all. Okay, wait, your basic prep table model, is it composed completely of stainless steel or galvanized aluminum? The exterior of our sandwich and deli pizza prep are stainless steel. The interior is anodized aluminum. The reason why we go with an anodized aluminum interior is aluminum tends to take scratches better than a stainless, and it doesn't show as much, but it's 100% food safe, and it's certified for open or packaged food products. Click on here. Erin, do you have a question? Okay. What does it mean when you say snap-in magnetic gaskets? There are several manufacturers out there now that are starting to switch to them. You'll find that if a customer, on all of our units, there is a track, and there is a membrane or a bearing that actually fits into that track, so you don't have to worry about trying to find a way to get them to stay in the door. There is a track that all of our gaskets slide right into. We tell everybody, soak them in warm water, roll them into the track, and then we tell people to put a dab of silicone on each corner just to make sure you keep your outer edges firmly in place. We had a question earlier asking if high altitudes affect the performance of our sandwich preps and deli pizza preps. I've been at Beverage Air almost 8 years now. I have never had, with most of our units, anybody ask about or having issues in high altitude. There is something else, though, I want to talk to everybody about. Our standard sandwich prep ships from the factory with your thermostat set on 4.5 to 5. If you have a customer, and that is at a 4.5, you're going to have a 45% run time of your compressor. I tell customers if they're having an issue at 4.5 to adjust their thermostat up half a degree at a time, and you're going to go up in numbers, half a degree at a time every half an hour. The max you should ever have to put a Beverage Air prep table on is 6.5, and that's going to give you about a 70% run time. If you ever have a customer that has icing inside their cabinet or they have lost their cabinet temperature, more than not, they have their thermostat set on 8 or 9, which is letting your compressor run 100% of the time, so you're going to lose some of the life of your compressor, and it ultimately is going to freeze your coil up. Okay. What is the main reason to tell our customers to purchase a Beverage Air over another competitor? The number one reason is performance. Like I said, 24 hours a day, 90-degree kitchen. Most national chains do business with Beverage Air because, unfortunately, they undersize their air conditioning, so their kitchen temperatures are extreme. We have our prep tables and our dual-sided prep tables in kitchens that are averaging between 100 and 105 degrees, and they only purchase Beverage Air because of the performance. The other thing with your customers, if they've used another brand with our locking divider bars and our pan liner, those are two great benefits for your customers, especially if they haven't used them before. When compared to your rivals, how is your noise level? Is it a rubber-mounted compressor? Is it a what? Rubber-mounted? Now, realistically, I am not. I mean, typically, here's what I tell anybody with any of our commercial-grade equipment except for our glass door merchandisers. Any of our equipment is designed to operate and function in a commercial-grade environment. Your sandwich preps, you're typically dealing with a third horse or a quarter horse, so your noise level isn't going to be extreme. It's like a half horse or a three-quarter, but it isn't going to be whisper quiet like our glass door merchandisers. If you have a customer, well, we have customers now that are using our see-through lid units, and they're using it in college cafeterias and small company cafeterias, and they really have no issue with noise. So I'm not sure there's much of a difference noise-wise versus most of our competitors, but we don't tend or haven't really gotten a lot of complaints regarding noise on this series. Does Beverage Air ship out of the country, and what is the warranty for those units? We do ship out of the country. The one thing that we are very careful about is you want to call in and make sure that we know what what the regulations are to ship into the countries, and make sure that we do meet that individual's country's regulations. If we do not have the regulations or your customer does not have them, as long as they're willing to take the product and know that we aren't sure if it meets the certifications, if we can't get the information, we will ship there. Any product that is purchased Beverage Air, we will cover under warranty, but if it's international other than Canada or Mexico, we ask that the customer have the work performed and send us the service bill, and we will cover it. What do you recommend for outdoor applications, pool, bar, in regard for rusting and durability of the unit? Frankly, any sandwich prep or deli pizza prep realistically is not meant to be outside. Now, with our pans being recessed, if it's in an enclosed outdoor patio or a covered outdoor patio and it's not near your chlorine, the one thing that, regardless of if it's stainless or if it's your gasket, you really want to tell your customers to stay away from any type of cleaner that is chlorine-based or alcohol-based. So they really need to use something that doesn't have either. A lot of times customers will be wiping off their counters and then they'll go over and they'll clean their gaskets on their prep tables, and the chlorine or the alcohol dries them out. So realistically, outdoor use, but it needs to be enclosed. The only unit that we have that is truly certified for outdoor use, 100%, is our Barmobile, and it is certified. It's the only commercial-grade Barmobile in the industry, and you have to go through a series of rain tests and electrical tests with UL, but that is the only unit that can be left out. Also, I know it's making me wait, but who makes your compressor? Our compressors are mainly, in most of our catalog, Tecumseh. Tecumseh is our main compressor brand. We use very little Copeland, and we also use some Danfoss in our reach-ins. What is the expected lifespan of a Bev Air unit? Your expected life on a Beverage Air unit with proper maintenance of cleaning your coil at least once a quarter, and changing your gaskets can be anywhere from 10 to 20 years and maybe longer than that. We have customers, McDonald's all over the country, have Beverage Air units in their stores, some of them 20, 30, 40 years. So as long as your customers maintain the preventative maintenance, and if they're not sure what that is, it's usually in our service manual, or if they want to get some recommended cleaning procedures from us, we're more than happy to help them with that. Does your warranty start from the date of purchase or the date of sale? Typically, we're not black and white with our warranty, but what we do ask is that you do not keep a unit in stock for a year or two and then sell it to a customer. We're not going to sit here and tell you if you purchase a unit and you put it in 3 months later, we'll cover you that 3 months. You know, as long as it's within reason, we will cover you. If you keep units in stock and you keep them in stock for more than a year, and then you sell them to a customer, I recommend you contact our tech service department here, because typically when units sit for that long of a period of time, your oil and your refrigerant tend to separate. So we want to make sure that when they start that unit up, all of your components are well lubricated. So if you call into tech service, they will instruct you on a startup procedure to make sure that you don't cause any issues with that unit upon startup, since it has sat for so long. Is the front of the house view through lids? Are those impact resistant? Our lids, the see-through lids, are double pane with an aluminum frame. I think they're impact resistant to a point like anything else. I mean, are they as thick as your windows? Actually, probably a little bit thicker. Typically, when you deal with thinner metals, we have customers now that are putting trays on top of them, multiple trays. Obviously, I think it's like anything else. You treat glass like it's glass. You're not going to have to worry about it sweating. and it's pretty resistant, but obviously if employees are sitting on it, you ultimately can break the glass like anything else. Is Bev Air 100% made in the USA? 95% of our products are manufactured in the USA. The 5% that are not manufactured are in the USA are products that we cannot compete because, for example, blast chillers. Most blast chillers that are in the USA are made in Italy or somewhere in Europe and imported into the U.S. So there are some items like that. There are some small countertop units that we cannot efficiently make in Brookville, Pennsylvania and compete against our competitors. So there are some items like that that we do make in other parts of the country, but we keep several hundred in stock in Brookville, and it carries the same standard Beverage Air warranty. Can you share the Barmobile spec sheet?
We can email that out.
David, we'll email that to you, only because we do not have that with us right now. How are we running on time? Now we'll email to it. We had a customer ask earlier, can the lid of the sandwich prep be removed? As we said earlier, yes, you can remove the lids and use the night covers. Okay. Clearance is required. You're going to find in about 6 months there's going to be some exciting news on some expansion and some additional separation factors on our sandwich prep series, including at that point all of the units going to a 100% front breathing. We are not there now. All of your sandwich preps have your air intake in the back, and your return is in the front. All of our sandwich preps come with a 2-inch bumper that gives you the clearances on the back. We do not have side clearance requirements, but what I do ask people is if they're going to have something that's hot touching the side of our sandwich prep, that they put a heat shield in between. Otherwise, there's no clearance required on the side. Our deli pizza preps, there is no clearance. Those are side mount refrigeration units. So your intake and your outtake are both in your front right corner of your sandwich prep. We had a customer ask earlier on the product divider bars that fit on the shelves, if you can use those on our back bar units. We did about 2 weeks ago put an announcement out to the field. We do now have an individual lane divider, especially for those of you up in Canada who have been asking for it, where you can use them on all of your back bar units, whether it's your shallow depth back bars or your deep, and they're individual for your beers. With front vending, won't the person working on the prep table be? No, that's on our deli pizza preps, and it doesn't actually come out the front of the actual cabinet. It comes out the front of the compressor, which is behind your grill, and it goes down and below the cabinet. You're not going to have to worry about that. Pizza preps is a standard. No, somebody asked, do we offer dual-sided pizza preps as a standard, or is that a special order? The problem with doing a deli pizza prep is you're going, deli pizza prep dual-sided is with your raised rail. With raised rail units, you tend to have to slant your rail already for the employees to be able to reach them because of the 19-inch cutting board. But at this time, we do not offer them, so it could be something that we can look into, though. One of the drawers expected to accommodate 2 full-size hotel pans per drawer. In about 6 months, when we introduce the front breathing, you will be able to fit your 2 full-size pans in all of our sandwich preps across the board. Not until we introduce that series, though. How easy is it to access your condensers for checking on your prep tables? Access condenser. On all of our sandwich preps, it's different obviously on your sandwich versus your deli pizza preps. All of your sandwich preps, there is a grill on the back of the cabinet on the bottom, and there are 4 screws to unscrew. and your coil for cleaning is right there. I tell everybody you can use a degreaser or you can use a wire brush. Do not use any acid-based materials to clean your coils because you will rust them. Okay, unless there are any more questions, we are complete. We will be emailing the presentation to everybody next hour or so. If you have any questions, feel free to contact any member of our sales team. Everybody here at Beverage Air is here to assist you in any way we can. Thanks, guys.